Do you know how to say LG in Korean? LG. Hi folks, I'm HighOnAndroid.com where we get on Android every day. Anyway, this is the final series of HighOnAndroid SOT test for this week. We're gonna go ahead and test the LG G3 as many of you requested, the LG G Flex 2, and my Galaxy Note Edge with the Exynos chip. The LG G3 and the Note Edge both have 1440p screens, while the G Flex 2 has the 1080p screen, but with the latest Qualcomm A10 processor, just like the HTC One M9. This is a great way to test the Qualcomm A10 performance with the G Flex 2 compared to the HTC One M9. And also I have a Korean Note Edge which has the Exynos chip. So this is different from the Qualcomm chip I've tested with my Note 4. So this test will give us difference between the Exynos and Qualcomm Snapdragon 805 processors. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go do this, baby. Alright guys, I started a test with the LG G3, LG G Flex 2, and the Note Edge. Sorry, the Samsung Note is actually on middle brightness, and actually the LG G Flex 2 yeah, middle brightness is a lot not as bright as the Note Edge. So I turned up the brightness a little bit. Let me go ahead and show you. So a little bit higher than normal, like somewhere between high and up. Otherwise, it's not fair because the Note Edge is much brighter in the middle setting. And the same thing with the G3. And I've turned off everything except for Wi-Fi. They're all streaming 1080p, I think. Let me go ahead and double check here. And oh, sorry, it should be in 1080p. All right, I don't know why that won't let me do 1080p. But this one is 1080p, and this one also at 1080p. Let me go ahead and double check. I'm not sure why it's not letting me. But anyway, let's go ahead and do the test. It shouldn't matter too much. I found that on Wi-Fi, it really didn't matter too much whether you did 720p or 1080p. The results for the G3 and the G Flex 2, I don't know. It could be way different since this is using 1440p screen, but this is using the Qualcomm A10, which is not as good as the older processors, in my opinion. Anyway, let's just do the test while we're at it. This is the Note Edge, G Flex 2, and the G3. I know many of you requested it. It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to set my time lapse on my GH4, and I'm going to actually get some sleep here. But I'll check it tomorrow. We'll have the results on all these phones, and I have more phones I'm actually testing over here. Let me show you real quick. I'll have a link to this video also. This has been 2 hours and 46 seconds. On this one, I'm using my Canon 60D with a magic lantern. This one, I'm worried that this one, the display won't come off. So, but I'm doing it here, and the battery life is actually about the same for all these three phones. Anyway, look at that results too. Alright, in the last place is the LG G3 at 5 hours and 11 minutes. In the second place is the LG G Flex 2, 5 hours and 25 minutes, followed by the Note Edge at 5 hours and 28 minutes. Now, the Note Edge got an hour less SOT than my Note 4. That's probably because of the Exynos chip instead of the Qualcomm I tested. I'll have more tests with this, but in the meanwhile, you can see that LG G3 didn't do too bad either, falling just shortly behind these two at 5 hours and 11 minutes with a 1440p screen. This one is just behind the Galaxy S6, while the G Flex 2 is slightly better than the Galaxy S6. And of course, Galaxy is a little bit more disappointing, but it could be due to the Exynos chip. Also, by doing these tests, I've kind of gotten more thoughts about auto brightness. If you tend to go out in outdoors where there's a lot of bright light,
or in the sun, you may want to consider turning off auto brightness, because that's going to automatically set your phone to the highest brightness. Especially on Galaxy phones, it will actually set it higher than is possible on manual setting. Of course, you won't be able to read your phone as well, but if you absolutely need more battery life and you're in bright light or in the sun often, definitely try setting that brightness manually somewhere in the middle. Setting it in the middle will give you results similar to my tests. Of course, it will also depend on your usage, playing games, browsing the web, making phone calls. But these tests prove that you can get plenty of screen on time with your brightness set to middle. So maybe that's the key. And also by doing these tests, I'm able to get accurate screen on time results. And next week, I'll probably work on underclocking these phones and see how much improvement that brings, as underclocking a little bit on these fast phones will not really affect your performance, but could save you a ton of battery life. So that's another avenue I'm looking at, and also undervolting. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you enjoy this video and you want more videos like this, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, or Google+. And as always, stay
on Peony.